Luke here with catsandcarp.com, and we're catching big fish in flooded water. Well guys, today we're dealing with flooded conditions. See that tree right there? Usually the water's edge is a good 10 feet beyond this. If you guys watch my videos, you'll know that half the time I fish right in front of this tree way over there. The water's up a good 2-3 feet. We had a lot of rain last night, and we've had a dramatic drop in the air temperature. It went from being 80 degrees 2 days ago to now it's in the mid 50s. These are all really big changes that mess up the fishing patterns, and we're going to talk you through how to find the fish when the water's like this. Well, before I do any fishing, gotta get this boat launched. Woo! Normally we're at about 3.5 feet of water here. We're sitting at 6, so about 2.5 feet high. The water temperature's at 56 degrees, so not too bad. It's over 50, so we should still be able to catch catfish, but that's a lot cooler than it was a couple days ago. Dramatic changes in the air temperature, flooding, all this stuff can really mess with the catfishing patterns. But you know what? Just look for the bait fish. That'll tell you a lot about what's going on. Wherever the shad are, the catfish will be close by. So let's go find some bait fish. The shad are actually really shallow. We got some at 7.5 feet. That's interesting. Let's go to some deeper water and see what we can see there. Look at all this junk in the water. All those little blue dots, those are leaves and twigs and stuff. There's a few fish in there as well, but man, it's messed up. So I've got to adjust my fish finder. Yeah, you can see a lot of logs and junk in the water. That stuff's not just on the surface, it's down throughout the water column. And you gotta take it slow. You go 50 miles per hour through floodwaters, you're gonna hit a log and break a prop or worse. So just take it nice and slow. Bank fishing with all this crap is really hard too. You throw your line out and you got 50 yards of line out in the water, and all these leaves and twigs hit your line and drag your gear. So it's makes life really difficult. Ah, you got some milk? Oh, you're a happy boy. Bridges are something you should think about when you got flood conditions. Normally I have 10 feet of clearance under that bridge. On a tighter squeeze, that can become a real problem. Out here in the main part of the river, we've got 2 miles per hour of current. It's a huge difference from what I normally see. Normally there's almost no current here. That's gonna mess the fish all up. Gotta watch out for logs, a lot of logs. All right guys, we got the main channel of the river right up here, and we got about 2 miles per hour current coming down here. We have this big lagoon off here to the left, about 8 to 5 feet of water over here. So I have seen some shad in this lagoon at about 7 feet, and there's little or no current and much less debris over there in the lagoon. So I'm gonna go and hit that real quick. The logic is that the fish, both the shad and the catfish, don't want to be in the current. This lagoon over here is a little bit less mucky, less current, and so it might be the perfect place for them to ride out this flood. A lot of logs, gotta be careful, a lot of logs. Oh, there's two. Right there, dropping him in, Nate. Good job. All right, Tom, come on, put him in. Put him in, there we go. Good job. Seams between fast and slow moving current are often very good places for predatory fish. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna anchor up my boat right on this seam, and I'm gonna fish some of my rods in the current, some of the rods on the edge of the current, some of the rods in the calm. And we're gonna see what we get here. I'm using 2 anchors here. My back anchor is in 1 foot of water. I'm in about 4 feet of water right now, and I'm just right up in there because this is protecting me from the current and from debris. All right, let's get some bait here. All right. You got knocked down? Now when I'm cutting up my bait, I always cut the tails off, especially when you have a bit of current. That tail just makes your bait flap around and twist up your line. So getting rid of the tails will improve its performance. Nathan, did you just throw that in the water? All right, one of these rods I'm gonna chuck perpendicularly out into the current, so I'm upping my lead from 3 ounces to 8 ounces. Hopefully that'll keep it in place. Sliding lead, about 12, 18 ounces a liter, 10-aught circle hook, bit of shad. Not gonna cast this out very far, just barely out in the current. People are always asking me, how do I keep from getting tangled? One of the ways you do that is cast your rods that are up current first. See how far the current drags them down before you cast your next rod. Wow, that was an incredible take. That just ripped the rod right out of the rod holder. Reel it, Nathan, reel it. Oh, you were slow getting to the rod, Nathan, Tommy. Reel it, Nathan. Reel it. That is a feisty fish, Nathan. That feels like a big one.
I can reel it.
Here, come. Do you want help from Tommy? Here, Tommy, come and help Nathan out. That was the most violent take I've seen in a long time. That was incredible. Yeah, hold on to this. Don't let the nut, ooh, hold on tight. Did you see that? It's a team fish. It's both your fish. Come on, keep going.
Because we both did it?
Yeah, you're both doing it. You're sharing it. He's acting like a big blue catfish. I want to take a look at, oh, a big blue. Yeah, that was okay, Nathan. Can you net him? Yeah. Net him.
And it goes to your fish now.
You got him, Nathan. Oh, watch your feet. Watch out, Tom. Watch you move over by Nathan. Oh, guys, another fish. Another fish. We got a double. Go, Nathan. Let Nathan start. You just got to reel it. Go, Nathan. Reel it in. That's another big one. Well, you guys, he just did the most. You did most of the reeling. All right, Nathan, you doing good? Oh, it is a big one. Look at that.
That's a really big one. Another big fish.
Another big fish.
Jeez.
This one's 31 pounds. 31.
It's a dog.
Well, that fish just broke my my fish grips. So there you go. That's a beast. How's your jaw doing? That couldn't have felt good. Let them both chill in here for a little bit.
Daddy.
Well, both of those fish were bam bam right on the seam, right where the fast water meets the calm water. Awesome. Well, my rods are all jacked up and tangled up, so I'm going to take some of the good ones and chuck them back in that spot while we let those fish breathe in the sack. Tommy sat on the bait bucket, so now I gotta clean his butt off. Oh, hey, shad gut butt. Did you bonk your head? Oh, yeah. This is the worst trip I've ever been on. See the one that's bouncing?
I don't want to do.
Then go, Nathan. Go, it's all yours. You go get him. You want him?
No.
Well, forget it then. I'm going to get me a fish.
Hey.
Woo! Oh, yeah. Woo! Give me the net. Off the net, guys. This is hard to do one-handed. Come to daddy. Woo! Another beautiful fish. There we go, guys. Another big catfish right in the seam. Whoa! Right in that seam between the fast and slow current. All three of them have been right in there.
It's weighing out.
25 pounds. That's what we're gonna call it. Fish slap! Fish slap!
You just slapped me.
Here we go.
Whoa.
Goodbye, fish. This is why you come home smelling like fish slime all the time. Every time I do one of these videos, people want to know about my rods and my reels. I use the Akuma Trios 55S. It's a nice, powerful, lightweight reel. Fortunately, has some durability issues. I've used them for about 3 years now, and after about 2 years, I had to replace most of them. But I reel in a lot of hogs, so a lot of wear and tear. I got the medium heavy action Whisker Seeker rods, the Chad Ferguson series. These are the one-piece rods, about 7.5 footers. Work very nice, very light, sensitive rods, but can handle big fish. They're one of the few rods that feels good with small channel catfish and big monsters all at the same time. Oh, this is the worst part about flood. Look at all this junk just washed in here. It's gonna hit my line and cause me so much problems. I gotta get my lines out of the way. Don't anchor in this current, man. Look at all this debris. The logs would be taking out your boat. You know, I'm off to the side and I still got tons of stuff piling up. Guys, what's your superpowers?
Yeah, my superpower, you know what comes out of my eyes?
What?
Boop, 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 boop.
So you shoot poop out of your eyes?
Yes.
What do you shoot out of your eyes, Nathan?
Laser eyes.
Laser eyes.
Shoot, shoot, shoot.
So we got laser eyes and poop eyes.
My hey, no, what was that for?
One downside of fishing in flooded conditions is you... Yeah, what? What's your superpower?
Billion heads.
Pooping in people's heads? When water conditions are high and dirty like they are right now, it's really easy to get discouraged and not go out fishing. It can be challenging, I'm not gonna lie to you, but if you can figure out what's going on, it can be amazing, because what's happening here is this whole stretch of river right here that normally is full of fish, not full of fish anymore. That current is driving them out, and they're headed to these seams and to these sloughs and lagoons and flooded timbers. So it can concentrate the fish in some situations. I've got those two blue catfish just chilling down there. The boys are playing together so nice and quiet. I don't want to like disturb them, so I'm just gonna let them sit there till it's time to go. Well, it's been a decent day, about an hour and a half on the water. We caught 3 nice fish. The boys were a little bit rowdy, but they had a good time. And it's dinner time now, so I think we better start packing it up and getting the boys home. However, we still have those 2 nice fish in the sack on the side of the boat. I think I'm going to take them over to shore here and get a nice little thumbnail for the video here. So we're going to go get the boys some pictures with their fish here back at the boat ramp.
Yes, goodbye.
Goodbye. There we go. Well, the boys didn't seem too interested in posing with the fish, so that tells me it is time to go home. I think they're just wet, slimy, and hungry. So it's been a good trip. This was fun, worked out really well, and because of all this high water, we didn't have to go very far to get our fish either. Well, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more great videos from the Catfish and Carp YouTube channel, don't forget to...